I teach an entire course called Transpersonal Alchemy that's about that very same thing. It's about how to utilize the alchemical process that we utilize in the laboratory, but to apply it to the psyche. And I mean, realistically, it's very simple. It's like seven main steps. First step is well, you have to bring something to the table. So it's like, what is an aspect about yourself that you're looking to transform? But then the first step, like calcination in the laboratory, we utilize the element of fire and also mechanical crushing with a mortar and pestle if we're working in the laboratory. And what we'll do is we'll take a spent herb material or spent metal material or whatever, and we first have to break it down to a really fine powder to increase the surface exposure so that it can be examined by fire properly. But then we subject it to fire and we roast it and we keep burning it until there's nothing but a really fine ash left. And the reason that we do that is essentially because there is all sort of minerals that are tied up inside of that plant that cannot be used in that spent form. We have to first burn it and reduce it down to an ash so that we can leach those minerals out of the ash later with water and then through filtration, utilizing the elements of air, and then crystallization, turning it back into a perfect, the element of earth, or turning it back into a perfect body. And so, like in that process, for instance, we would say that you have to apply fire and intensity and scrutiny to yourself to say, why are you the way that you are? And the way that the human psyche works is that it really wants to stay a victim, because it's easier to say I have a problem because, and then you have some reason for it, some justification, like, I am messed up because my father was an alcoholic, or because I got beat when I was a kid, or when I was whatever. But realistically, that's not the truth either. That was something that helped inform your opinion and maybe even create a trauma that kept you stuck in a particular way that was comfortable. But that's not the truth. You made a decision, either unconsciously or consciously, to alter the way that you behave or the way that you think or whatever else. And until you can really get to that sense of taking accountability and ownership over the thing that happened, all of your life is out of your hands. You don't have any control over your life because other things happen to you. Whereas instead, if you can take accountability for this thing and say, you know what, this is the thing. This thing happened and it made me definitely, respond in a particular way, but I chose to continue responding like that after that circumstance because it was comfortable. It was just a mechanism that I created in order to be able to get through life or whatever. But once you get honest with yourself and you get to that point, now you have a trait that is yours, and now you can change it.